Hi everyone, I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients all throughout the United States. I, however, am located in Washington, D.C., or outside, I should say. I'm sorry. I'm not in Washington, D.C., but I can see Washington, D.C. from where I'm located. We are located all throughout the United States. We help clients all throughout the United States. Man, it's getting late and I'm stumbling on my words, so I apologize for that. Sorry, one second. It looks like I lost connection here, so let me try it again. All right. Oh, I see. I'm good. Okay. All right. So we're streaming on both Facebook and on TikTok. So if for some reason I lose you on one side, feel free to reach out to me or to join me on the other platform. So this is an opportunity for you to ask your immigration questions. If you haven't joined me before, hi OB, nice to see you. If you haven't joined me before, I am an immigration attorney. I'm located outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. Our clients are all throughout the United States, and this is because immigration is considered to be a federal practice. This is because immigration is considered to be a federal practice, and that means as long as your lawyer is in good standing in one state in the U.S., you can represent clients anywhere in the U.S. So for me, I'm barred in Maryland and in D.C., and this probably doesn't make a difference to most of you, but if you'd like to work with me or our firm, you may do so no matter where you are located. We do our meetings by Zoom. We do we can do meetings by phone or Zoom based on your preference. If you want to come to the office, we will see you here in Arlington, Virginia. So if we can help you, we do both family-based immigration cases as well as employment-based cases where companies are sponsoring for temporary visas or permanent green cards. We help with humanitarian cases as well. So if you have an immigration issue, most likely we can help you handle it. So feel free to reach out to us. We're at 703-348-1663. Call our office. It's late now. We're not open now, but you can call and leave a voicemail, or even if you don't leave a voicemail, we will get back to you tomorrow. Again, that phone number is 703-348-1663. Puneet here is asking, hi Pratibha, hi Puneet. When an I-140 PD gets current, so he's talking about the priority date for the I-140, is there any time constraint to start the GC I-485 step? So Puneet, the thing that you need to look at, so most likely if your priority date is current, you can file the I-485 green card application. So for those that are unfamiliar with the employment-based green card process, once you file for anything really, for family-based green card or for employment-based green card, for some cases, for some types of family-based and employment-based cases, once you file your application, you get what's called a priority date, and this is the date that USCIS receives your application. So whenever Puneet sent in his I-140, he got a date from USCIS that they received his application. Because there's a wait time for when some visas become available. So Puneet, I'm totally guessing here, but based on his name, Puneet, I'm guessing you're from India. You may not be. I don't know. You can tell me if you're not. So there's usually a wait time for people from India. So once the priority date is current, you should be able to file your green card. Your green card application, excuse me. But if you look on that chart, the chart of the visa bulletin, it gives you kind of two different charts, right? So there's like I'm blanking on what they're exactly called, but one is called a final action date, and the other one is called date of filing, right? So they kind of look like the same charts. So the date of filing date is the date that you can actually file your application, which sometimes is before the final action date. So, if this is a little bit complicated, you don't want to file at the wrong time. So I'm hoping that you're working with an attorney. I'm sure that you are, especially with an I-140. But work with your attorney to make sure it is that you can file, which most likely you can if your priority date is current. Okay, hope that answers your question. Puneeth, hi Sunny, thanks for joining. We have our friends here on TikTok, and let me just kind of scroll through here and see if you guys have any questions. Feel free to put your questions in. I'm going to keep today a little bit short just because it is, past my bedtime. I'm kind of an early sleeper for the most part, but it's a little bit past my bedtime, but I'll do my best to answer all of your questions and probably keep it to about 10 or 15 minutes today. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Reshma. Hi, Obi. New York City says, what about VAWA? I can answer whatever you would like to about VAWA. So VAWA is, for people that are not familiar with what VAWA is a way for you to apply for a green card without your spouse or without your child who is 21 or over. So if you have a U.S. citizen or a green card holder spouse who isn't helping you sponsor that green card, maybe you're separated from this person, maybe you're even divorced, you can still file for your own green card as long as your divorce, for example, was within 2 years of us filing the application, right? But if you're separated or if you're still married and your spouse is not going to help you file, or you're afraid they won't help you file, or if you're a victim, if you're a victim of abuse, technically, it doesn't have to be physical abuse, it could be different types of abuse, you can still file your own green card application without your spouse even knowing. So it would be completely confidential. So if you or someone you know qualifies for this, give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. So that's about VAWA. So what else would you like to know, New York City, about VAWA? Sanjay, hi Sanjay, hi Labana, hi Babu, hi Sirath, hi Happy Patel, hi, okay, let's see. After fingerprints for H4, how many days does it take for approval? Things are just taking kind of a long time now. So just constantly check the USCIS case status site, but they're taking a bit of a long time. So we have some dependents also, so it can take a few months before the dependents get their approval for H4. So H4 is dependents of those that have an H-1B visa. Sanjay says, I applied for family a long time ago. So far, nothing is known. Unfortunately, that is the issue with USCIS and green card applications. So unfortunately, it just is. You have to wait. You can always call the agency that is handling. Call USCIS or call the State Department. If based on where your case is or what type of case you have, constantly follow up. It's really difficult, but keep track of every single action that you take to move your case along. Keep a spreadsheet of it. What did you do? Which date did you do it? And what was the outcome? And then eventually, if nothing happens if you can't tolerate it anymore for the most part, you do have options. You have options to force the government to make a decision on your case. So I talk about that a lot here. It sounds scary. It's not scary. Essentially, you file an action in federal court. You file a court case to make the government basically follow the rules that govern them. The agencies are required to make decisions on your case in a very timely fashion, in a reasonable time frame. So when it extends for so long with no good reason, you can force them to make a decision on your case. So that is an option for you. And if you'd like to pursue that, you can certainly call our office. We're at 703-348-1663. I see Dija here that says, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, maybe Diha, Dia, maybe even. I have a niece named Dia. She says, hi, Pratibha, my employer did not file for my dependents H4, and my dependents are out of status since August, and my employer is not filing for H4 now. What can we do? How can we make them in status? So the important thing for your dependents is that, so anytime you are looking to change into this non-immigrant status while you're in the US, you have to be in status, right? So your dependents have to have maintained non-immigrant status in order to change or extend into H4 status while they're in the US. What they could do, I don't know how many of unlawful presence they have, so I don't know when their status expired. But if they have less than 6 months of unlawful presence, I would ensure that they have less than 6 months, 6 months of unlawful presence. Make sure that they don't get more than that. And if they do have more than that, they can leave and process their H4 visa in the U.S. Embassy abroad, get stamped, and then come back in. So it'll be based on your H1B, but they can leave, get stamped at the U.S. Embassy abroad, and come back in. So the important thing to note is they can't change status or extend status unless they're in status. That's the problem with changing or extending into this kind of temporary visa status. But if they don't have a lot of unlawful presence, they can still leave and process at the embassy abroad and come back in that way. Okay, so try that if they have more than 6 months of unlawful presence, or if you want to talk about it some more, I'd be happy to go through those details with you. We are at 703-348-1663. Puneet says, so what happens if no action is taken until the final action date? So Puneet, the final action date, so Puneet again was asking about his I-140 priority date. So there's no, it's not like the approval is going to necessarily expire right away or anything like that. So someone should take action. You should apply for your green card. If your priority date is current, there's no reason why you can't apply for your green card. So give us a call. If it's not that employer, a different employer can file and do a perm and an I-140, and you can still maintain that priority date. So call our office if we can help you. We're at 703-348-1663. Neha says, if you are in H-1B status, can you work from abroad? If yes, how long can he or she work from outside of the US? So Neha, this is a question actually that I get pretty often. Your status is for working inside the US, which means that when you work in the US, you have to have some kind of lawful status. When you work outside the US, so for example, let's say you leave and you're in India and you're working remotely, it doesn't really impact your H-1B status, right? So if you're not using it, you're not using it. So you actually are going to be able to recapture the time that you're abroad in applying for H-1B extension. So you normally have a 6-year limit of how long you can be in status. A 6-year limit of your H-1B. So pretty much you have 3 years and then you apply for a 3-year extension. That's the typical process. But let's say you were here for 1 year and then you left and you worked for 2 years outside the US. You still have 2 more years left on your H-1B. So, you'll have to have a valid visa, but you can continue to extend up till 6 years on the H-1B. So the time abroad is not going to count against your H-1B time. So it's actually beneficial if you can work from abroad. What you have to keep in mind is, you need to be obviously eligible to work remotely in the country that you're going to be working from. So if you're an Indian citizen and you're going back to India and working from there, you're obviously authorized to work in India being an Indian citizen, right? But let's say you go to Germany or France, make sure that you're compliant with those employment laws. It won't necessarily have an impact, I don't think, on your US immigration, but you want to be compliant if you can. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Neha. All right, so let's see. We have a lot of people here today. Sorry. Okay. Darcy says hello. Hi. Dinesh, hello. Dinesh, ready. And two Dineshes. All right, great. So we have someone here on TikTok that's saying, I'm undocumented and my wife is a citizen. So how will my case work? Great. I would love to answer this question. So this is one of my favorite types of cases. You can do a self-petition without your wife involved even, actually, unless you want to share that with them, which is totally fine. So if you're undocumented, excuse me for 1 second, it's a long day and I've been talking a lot. Okay, if you're undocumented and your wife is a US citizen, we would need to show a couple of things. But you can, even if you entered illegally, right? Even if you entered illegally and you're married to a US citizen, we can still help you apply for and receive your green card in about 2 to 2.5 years. You would receive work authorization in about 6 to 8 months. You would also receive travel authorization in that same time frame, which means you can leave and visit family while your green card application is pending. And you would receive a green card in 2 to 2.5 years. So if you're married to a US citizen, it doesn't matter if you entered without papers. It doesn't matter if you entered with a visa and then it expired. You can still receive a green card. So call our office and let's talk about how that process would work and what's involved. We handle these cases very often. We're at 703-348-1663. All right. Hi, Mahesh. Hi, Prince Sunil. Wow, a prince. Hi, Sumith. Mahesh says, I have a C1D visa and I have kids and my wife is a citizen. So what options do I have? Okay. Call our office is the same thing that I just talked about. So if you're married to a U.S. citizen, we can still help you apply for and receive a green card, regardless of your entry, regardless of your status, even if you're out of status. So again, you would get a green card in about 2 to 2.5 years, and you would have a work permit much sooner than that. So you'd receive your work permit in about 6 months, and also travel authorization while your application is pending. So call us to see if you qualify. We're at 703-348-1663. And then Savannah is saying, how long does it take to get a green card? Did you say 2.5 years? That's a long time. Yes, but you get to see benefits of having benefits much earlier than that. So you'll have travel authorization and you'll have a work permit in about 6 to 8 months. And this is based on the I-360 self-petition, or just a family-based green card. That's kind of about how long they are taking. They may go faster with the Biden administration, but the good thing is, we're so early in the Biden administration, and so immigration and the way immigrants are viewed is very friendly right now. Okay? It's very, very friendly right now. So what you want to do is apply in a friendly environment. So you're guaranteed that he's going to be in office for another 4 years, right? So you want your application adjudicated while we have a friendly administration. That's going to give you the best chance. So the best chance of approval. So, call our office, do your immigration petitions now, because now is a very good time to make sure you have the highest chance of getting a favorable decision. Okay? We're at 703-348-1663. Savannah is saying, where is your location? I will call you to get started. Fantastic. Absolutely. Call us to get started. We are located right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia, but immigration is considered a federal practice, right? It's based on federal laws, and that means that we can help clients anywhere in the United States. So we use Zoom, we use phone, we have a case management system where you can upload your documents, we download them and prepare everything here, and then we just send you a scan to review and approve. before we mail it out to USCIS. So you have full access to all of your materials. And if you are located nearby or you want to come to our office, we're happy to schedule a meeting with you as well. So if you want to call us for a consultation, I would love to do that with you. It's going to be by Zoom, so it'll look a little bit like this with you and me, except that we won't have, many other people watching as well. But you can certainly, this is the feel of it, right? It'll be kind of like this, like you and me talking about your case. Okay, and it'll be very, very specific to you because I'll be able to go through all of your entrances, your exits, your situation, and really give you your full options. All right, so I would love to chat with you. If we can help you, call us at 703-348-1663. Bhutan's refugee camp says you're amazing. Thank you for your free tips. You're welcome. I'm glad that it is helpful for you. Punjabi, which bolo ma'am, please. I wish I could speak Punjabi. I can only understand one word in that sentence, bolo. I don't speak Punjabi and my Hindi is terrible, but I have clients that call me and speak to me in Hindi and I can understand you. So if you're fluent in Hindi and you know some English, I think we'll be able to get by. We can always have a translator as well. So give me a call if I can help you. Okay. I hope you guys have a great night. I always say that I'm going to keep this short, but apparently I did not. Either way, I was happy to chat with you, and I'm glad that I was able to answer many questions. Kemi here on Facebook says, hello. Hi, Kemi, and bye, Kemi. I'm going to head out for today, but so nice to see everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy Friday, right? Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.